What up, what up, what up? It is your girl Gigi, and we are back. Yes, the gang's all here. Sunny and Cotton say hello. I took a couple of days to try to figure out what I wanted this video to be about. I've gotten a lot of different messages. I've gotten a lot of different suggestions, but I think where I want to start is manifesting. I think that's a good place for us to start this journey at. Now, the word manifesting, the term manifesting has become even more mainstream throughout the course of the last couple of years as more people become woke, and they start using more woke terms. And that's great. I love it. It's wonderful. But what I want to talk about is preparing oneself when you're manifesting and manifesting with intent. So people will put their energies. Let me take a step back before we get to that. Let me explain a little bit about what manifesting is. Manifesting is when you focus your energy on something, or when you direct your energy and your intent towards a goal, a person, a place, an object even. And you do it with sincere intent. With that being said, oftentimes we kind of point our energies in places and at situations, and in doing so, we don't really realize the level of intent that we put into the energy that we point in these directions. So we don't really expect manifestation to take place. However, I want you to know that wherever you put your energy, whether it be consciously or subconsciously, point your efforts and point your intent, the universe will bring that to you. I don't care if you're diabetic and your intent is that chocolate cake over there. Somehow, some way, that chocolate cake is going to find its way in your path, and you're going to have a decision to make. The same is true about anything. So when whether it's something as small as, today I just want to have a peaceful day. I don't want to argue with anybody. You set the intent in your mind that you're not going to argue with anybody. So your attitude follows. Therefore, whatever negativity comes your way, you've already made it up in your mind. You're not going to argue with anybody. So you respond accordingly, so as not to exacerbate or create tension or conflict, or you find yourself exiting situations more quickly and more consciously that may create conflict or may create tension. Excuse me. The same is true about positive intent and positive manifestation. If you want something, if you truly desire that something or someone, then your intent is focused there. And even if it's focused for just a moment, all it takes is a moment of focused intent to begin a process of manifestation. The reason why I'm saying this is because oftentimes we manifest things with just the smallest of sincere intent. But for some reason in our heads, we don't believe that it'll take place. So, it might be a moment of tension at your job, and you'll say, maybe you've been there for a while, and for the first time you seriously said, you know what, I need another job, or I really think it's time for me to go. Once you say that in the serious context, even if it's just in the moment of emotional frustration, maybe, this particular day you were having a rough day and a couple of other people on your job were having a rough day, and it turned into a rough day for everybody on the job, and whatever it was in that moment, you were just like, I need another job. If you were serious about that when you said that, if you were serious about that thought when it manifested out of your mouth, then you have set the ball in motion to change the trajectory of your path. Now you need to make a decision. Did you mean it? Because if you mean it, you might as well just keep focusing on it and go ahead and put forth the effort in finding you another job. Start putting out your resume. Start, looking around, seeing who's hiring, and make a conscious decision that the next position that you take is going to be one that you really want and something that's worthy of you. The same is true if you're in a relationship with somebody, and the longer this relationship goes on, if it's not the relationship that you envisioned and you're not envisioning trying to make it work with that person, let's say for instance you're envisioning somebody else, somebody you might not even know, just you're envisioning certain characteristics, you're envisioning certain energies, you're envisioning a certain type of connection. If you continue to envision that, then you are continuously pointing your sincerest intent in the direction of that vision. And it is only a matter of time before someone who represents that vision is going to come across your path. Now, knowing that and understanding that, the part where I feel like we get it effed up is when we are met with that thing that we put into the universe. We're met with that vision in the real sense, in the 3D, and it takes us by surprise because we didn't think it would ever happen. Well, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So what I would ask of each and every one of you listening to this video, watching this video, is think about what you want. Think about what you really want in life. Think about who you want to be, who you want to be with, what you want to do, where you want to go, what kind of career you want to have, and start consciously, intentfully pointing your energy in that direction. Consciously and intentfully find ways, find information that will promote that vision. Consciously and intentfully set your sights on that which you envision as if it's already been manifested. For those who read your Bibles, you already know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about faith within works. Or should I say works within faith. I'm talking about seeing yourself somewhere, seeing yourself in the light that you want to be in, versus being stuck in the shadows of who you are currently. If that's not on the same plane or in the same lane as who you're trying to be. The reason for this is because oftentimes our present moment, while we still have to be present in the moment, our present moment can be a little bit discouraging to our future situations. I wake up every morning and I see myself as a boss. I see myself running a very successful multimedia company. Well, Rome wasn't built in a day. And SCG certainly will not be built in a day. But it will be built right. With that being said, there are some little things before we get to boss mogul status. There are some little steps in between that need to be taken to get there. And that's all the universe is doing. When you manifest something, or when you point your intent at something and it doesn't happen right then, or it doesn't happen in the next 3 months, or it doesn't happen in the next 6 months, it's not because it's not gonna happen. Remember what Pastor tells you. Delayed does not mean denied. Okay? Look at it like this. The heavier your dream, the longer it's going to take for the ship of destiny to send it back to the shore of your life. Okay? You put it out into the universe, into the waves and the oceans of ether. If it's a big dream, if it's a big vision, if it's a big endeavor, you're going to have to be prepared for when it comes back. And it may take you a little time to be prepared properly for when it comes back. So the universe is giving you that time. It's telling you, I got you, but get your house in order first. Okay? Now, what happens if what you manifest comes back before, or comes to you before you're ready? All things in due time, sweetheart. You might not have been ready, but it was time for that manifestation to show itself. How much more time do you need? Feel me? Speak it as if it were, even though it is not. Right now, as we speak, I'm doing this video from a little corner in my 3-bedroom apartment in a little city that, you know, really, for real, all intents and purposes, might not be much more than a town. And I asked 5 or 6 people, and they're doing the same thing I'm doing. Every time, no matter what I'm doing, it's always somebody out here doing what I'm doing. And people will say, well, you know, John, this person over here does this, or this person over here does this, or this person over here does this. Or, you know, even in the mainstream media, I can find people who are currently doing what I want to do on a level that I would like to do it. But I'm not mad. You want to know why? All things in due season. This is their season. I'm going to sit back and I'm going to watch what they do, how they do, and I'm going to learn from it. Because my season is coming. And I know this. So all I'm doing in the meantime, in between time, is just preparing for my harvest. Even as small as something like this YouTube channel, which for me is huge. It's a huge step forward in my overall process. It's a huge step forward in my overall path and my overall goal. Just learning the information that I needed to learn to be able to do this was a major thing for me. Yet again, another tool I have in my belt. I have under my belt, and I'm forever grateful for it. But I also realized that where I want to go with it starts right here where I am today, which is why I'm here doing this video. So, my point is, big or small, finite, infinite, person, place, thing, whatever. If you can vision it, and you can see it just as clearly as you can see me, if not clearer, it's part of your destiny. It's part of what you're meant to do. And all the energy that you put into it is going to return. It's going to return your dream. It's going to return your goal. It's going to return your effort. So, make up your mind today where you want to be tomorrow. Consciously and intentfully focus on that destination. Focus on that picture. And put work, put effort into making it so. It sounds very simple. And in the day and age that we live in, everything is so complicated. But I'm telling you, the universe is not complicated. God is not complicated. All he ever wanted for any of his children, all the universe ever wanted for any of her children, was to be happy, fulfill their purpose in life, and to find their place in this world. And both your mother and your father will help you do that in any way that they can. So, the next time you have a dream, the next time you have a thought, the next time you have a plan, focus your intent, put forth your efforts, and manifest. Peace, love, and light to you. I'll see you next time, babies.